Welcome back to another episode of Bad Therapists, aka stupid crap you shouldn't do if you want to keep your license. And today's episode is really stupid crap you just shouldn't do, ever. Our story actually begins over a decade ago with a young marriage and family therapy intern. For those who aren't aware, that's somebody who's still in school but near the end of their program and just beginning to do some client work. Our intern has just begun working with a new client when they've made an unfortunate choice. See, they gave their client a hug and then offered to take them shopping to buy clothes for their kid. The client complained to the therapy center, and as a result, the therapist was put on probation. This is where they're no longer allowed to work with clients until they engage in some self-reflective work, therapy, and in this case, a law and ethics course as well. In the words of the center, quote, "Your personal need to comfort affected your ability to implement clear limits and boundaries that ensure client safety in the therapeutic relationship." Now, our intern completed their probation successfully, and 2 years later were allowed to work with clients once more. Unfortunately, 5 years later, and I don't know why this internship lasted 5 years, that's way too long. That's not covered in the board complaint documents. Another complaint was levied by a patient. The therapist had learned their lesson: don't hug clients in the therapy room. Instead, he did a house call and hugged the client there, and also told the client they were beautiful, and also asked them how often they were horny and used their dildo. At this point, they were put back on permanent probation where they were no longer allowed to work with clients, but for some reason allowed to continue doing paperwork. Regardless, they left, never seeing clients again at that center, but found work at a local helpline. This time they were eventually let go, not directly for hugging anyone, because they were on the phone, but actually for doing their paperwork all wrong, including inappropriate billing. But unsurprisingly, when they left, coworkers complained that the therapist was often commenting about their butts. Now, somehow they found work again, working this time as an associate marriage and family therapist. That means they got their master's degree at a domestic violence clinic. Here they asked one client how often they were being intimate with their husband via text message, and with another client locked the door in order to ask about their sex life and then give them a massage that included rubbing the client's breasts. And just in case maybe there was a miscommunication about what was appropriate, they immediately asked that client, "You're not going to report me for this, right?" And with yet another client, he dimmed the lights, asking them to take their mask off to not cover their beautiful face, and went in for a kiss. Now, I want to say that needless to say, this person's no longer licensed, and they're not, but it does need to be said because the fact that this predator wasn't stopped over a decade ago is really disturbing to me. That's all for now. Stay tuned for the next episode of Bad Therapists.